Hi and welcome to the Cult TV Sofa. This is a reaction video of the 11th episode of Street Talk Season 1 called The Arabian. In the last episode we saw a writer announce that her book was going to reveal the name of someone that murdered a girl 20 years before. She did this thinking that the murderer was dead, but they weren't. Don't even get me started on the whole two murderers thing, not even going there. They were eventually captured at a building site with the usual rocket fire doing the job. Let's see what happens in this episode. I'm going to put any relevant trivia that I find over here, and at the end of the reaction I will be discussing what happened and my thoughts about the episode. Don't forget, if you want to see more classic shows that I'm reacting to now and the many I have planned in the future, to like and subscribe. I'm going to start in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we've got racetrack, horse training. I actually live really close to a big national racetrack, and I've only ever really been, I think, twice to the races.
Does Miss Collins understand about her
I've lived near
horse?
it for about 15 years, on and off.
Are you positive you have to put the horse down?
I could keep him alive through the night, but why cause him more pain than he's gone through already?
Wait a minute. You're talking about an $8 million stud in there. The auction is the day after tomorrow. 20% of $8 million down the tubes if there's no sale.
You have the insurance?
Trainers get a percentage of the sale, not the insurance.
Well, you haven't got a horse
That's the
to
jeopardy
sell.
of the
by the sounds of
thoroughbred
it.
business, right, Doc?
It's just not right.
Yeah,
Don't
poor
sweat
horse
it.
though.
I am not going to kiss off my half of this deal just because some stupid horse doctor gets in the way.
Well, more like some stupid illness has got in the way of the horse. You're going to try and take care of that illness.
Everything's fine.
What was it?
Just like people. The horse had an upset stomach. I wouldn't let anything happen to Rebel's Trust.
I didn't quite catch up. Rebel's Trust, was it? So they're doing quite well out of horse breeding though, and she's got, was it a Rolls Royce? Was it certainly a flash car? And a driver.
Well, I don't remember any stables out this way.
How are you going to kill him?
He just built them.
Gun to be too loud.
They're right over there.
I don't see any
No,
stables.
there's a gun.
Are you sure?
Seems a bit silly.
What does this mean?
So quiet there
Just
that
buying a little time.
they're going to hear a gunshot. Oh no. Okay. That makes more sense. Hold him in place with the gun and then kill him with a car. So they said it was 8 million and they get 20%. So 1.6 million. Kill someone for 1.6 million. People have killed for a lot less, haven't they? You could probably literally see the cogs whirring in my head then as I was trying to work that out. I was really distracted listening to this and trying to do the math. It was hard. Oh, I've never seen that angle before. Of the bike in that enclosed area, the door closed. Normally the other way around. That's quite cool.
Make it loud. I want everyone to notice.
You just bought yourself the 4th of July, Mr. Stone.
Wipe some mud.
They were firing their guns into the air, but the bullets were hitting the ground. How far away are they that the bullets are going up and then coming back down again? With that accuracy.
They're stealing my horse!
Just lay down, will you? There's nothing we can do.
So they're stealing the horse. There's a horse in there! And they're cornering like that. I mean, that horse would have crushed the people in the back, and it would be kicking and all sorts. They'd be dead. And normally I'd be the first to say, shoot it with a laser, shoot it in the wheels, but in this situation you can't, because it could hurt the horse. That's a clever maneuver. There's tons of room.
Jesse, you'll never make it. Use your airfoil.
Go around it. There's loads of room around the sides. That's a bit so. For cars, I think even a car could have got around there, but yeah, makes sense. It blocked it off from the cars, but on a bike there was tons of room for him to go around that. And even now, he's taken out that, he could still go and catch up with them. They're in a slow-ish van. He's on a 300-mile-an-hour motorbike. He'd easily catch them in seconds.
We don't want the police involved in this. It's a private matter.
Now
got
it's
shot.
murder, and that's a police matter. The stable hand died a few hours ago.
But I am still concerned about Rebel's choice.
Not to mention that
Rebel's
he's worth over
choice.
$8 million on the auction block.
And $4 million on his insurance policy. I'm Elizabeth Morgan, Midwestern Insurance. It's quite a thrill to meet you in person, Miss Collins. I've enjoyed all of your films.
Okay. So she's a film star and she does horse training and on the side. Well, maybe she's finished acting.
I've come to recover Rebel's choice.
We had a call from the kidnappers. They want $2 million for his safe return.
So yeah, they'll make more money out of that than they would of commission for selling. For selling the horse. Cars in America are so, or back then, were so different to the cars we have had in the UK. I could recognise an old car on a UK program by looking at it. I can't recognise the American ones at all. I would have thought they'd be so different.
We got trouble.
What is it?
The insurance company sent a fancy PI.
There's solar panels on the roof.
She thinks she's going to find Rebel's choice.
No chance of that. Not as long as I'm around.
I wouldn't have thought they'd be around back then.
You know, if anything, this horse looks better than the real one.
So it's not the real horse. Surely she'd recognise her own horse.
It doesn't matter. I don't feel right about using street hawk on this case. It's not a federal crime.
It doesn't seem like a natural case to use Street Hawk on, really, in the scheme of things. Must be a classy place. It's just called Restaurant. What they got on the menu? Food.
That must get one heck of a paycheck.
I don't get a salary.
Commission.
I get fees and expenses plus part of what I recover for the company.
So she's incentivized to get the return of the horse.
The dead stable hand gets 6 feet of dirt and no flowers.
That's the thing when you're talking about big money like this. Lots of people benefit, and the little people suffer.
It's very simple. You give us $2 million in cash, we give you Rebel's choice. So call off the private eye and the police or you'll be buying back a dead horse.
But you can't call off the police. They're fully involved. And you stepped up by killing the boy. Surely she'd recognise it's not her horse.
The insurance company. $2 million buyout is exactly half the face value of a $4 million policy. It's good business.
What do insurance companies
She's the
go
insurance
for deals
company.
like that? If it's like a one-off thing, it kind of makes sense. But the horse, something could happen to the horse in the future. It could get ill and have to pay out again. So I don't know. In the long term, it might not be a good deal for the insurance company.
I want to know where Elizabeth Morgan is at all times.
Is that legal? She's committed no crime or anything. Are they allowed to just tail someone like that? I suppose the worst thing is it's tying up police resources, but I don't know, it seems a bit dodgy.
I thought you were supposed to stick with Elizabeth Morgan.
Probably back at her hotel taking a milk bath.
Cleopatra used to bathe in milk, didn't she? Or was reputed to have done that. I think they might have done it in, was it Joan Collins' film? I think she bathed in milk, where she played Cleopatra. Maybe that's where it came from, not historically. I've said it before, but I keep wondering what a modern remake would look like, how the acceleration would look. I reckon they do a really good job of it. It would look quite impressive. I hope so. It could happen. I'm not going to say it could never happen, because it could. Remakes are a big thing these days, and who knows?
Somebody else is in the car.
That's horrible way to go. Fire. I know he's not real, but I would hope that he'd be either dead or unconscious before that happened.
Well, believe it or not, Street Hawk seems to be a law-abiding citizen. He's always on the side of the police or saving somebody's life.
Yeah, but he's kind of shooting people, blowing things up. It's not really on the side of the law. Morally, he might be on the side of the law, but I think legally he's not.
You want the insurance company to pay the $2 million?
Of course, you could wait and then pay $4 million after they kill Rebel's Choice.
God, it's complicated, isn't it?
In the meantime, I'll arrange for the funds in case Officer Mark doesn't recover Rebel's Choice before the deadline.
So they would
We
pay
will
the
pay
$2
the
million.
ransom.
Killer must be bringing a new horse in here, huh?
Oh, not that I know of.
Why the fresh chips?
Well, something's going to go in there eventually. It's not going to do any harm having it down. I would have thought Witcher would go off or anything, would it? So it's just there ready for the next horse.
Rebel's Choice is dead, so you can forget the deal plus your percentage. Found his body in the stall just a little while ago.
I still have to go through with this.
Why?
Because of the dead stable hand. Because innocent or guilty, I helped cause Belding's death.
The insurance company would never go for that. She'd get sacked or lose, or at least lose a fortune.
Take this with you. It's a homing device.
It's fairly large and it's making that noise. It's not very surreptitious, is it? Never been to a drive-through. We don't really have them in the UK, although they've started opening a few of them, especially now with the pandemic and everything. But yeah, I've wondered what they'd be like to go to one. It's a good place to meet. It's very open, so they can see what's around. But there's probably only one or two ways in or out. Still could be police waiting.
What the hell is going on? Where's the money?
You want the money? Show me the horse.
Dangerous game. Is the tracking beacon on her, or was it in the car? It's in the car.
Who are you? I'm a friend of Elizabeth Morgan's.
How's he going to stop him? Can't shoot or use the laser particle beam. Where's he going to go on the horse? Just keep riding? I mean, the only thing he could do is spook the horse in some way to throw the rider off, but that's a really dangerous thing to do for the rider and the horse. It's actually quite cool watching the horse jumping over things and the bike following. Okay, yeah, that was the only way you could do it. You showing your face, you idiot.
Satisfied?
Why isn't he
I
wearing
have to
the
phone my
mask?
company.
Too bad, Miss Morgan. You had just done what you were told.
And now you don't get any money. That was a stupid thing to do. If he'd worn masks, he still could have got away with it.
Look, you'll get your money. I'll make that phone call.
It's too late. You've seen me.
Then you'll never get a penny.
Just didn't put a mask on. And yeah, no one's going to get any money now. What are you going to do now? You've got no cards at all. How was he never hit?
Jesse's the bike. Are you alright?
I'm fine, but the bike took a hit. Give me a damage report.
Your weapon systems are down.
You should still have that little gun on the side. Headbutt him. It's not going to hurt you. Why has he got the gun on that guy? How's he going to stop the car with no weapons? If he'd had the machine gun, he could have at least shot the tyres out. They're pretty good at hiding the ramps, I would assume, for all the jumps. You can't really see them. I think there was one or two episodes I did see something, but on the whole, they're pretty good. I mean, his best bet was to keep following him and get Norman to direct the police in to take care of it.
I bring you here to Garcia's Hot Dog Emporium because it is a sausage lover's gourmet delight.
Well, places like that have made a big comeback over the last few years. You can get some amazing food in those vans and things.
Make us your special hot dog with garbanzo and chili.
Garbanzo?
You do like garbanzo,
What
don't
is
you?
garbanzo? I've never heard of garbanzo. I'm gonna look it up, but I'll put some information here on it. Okay, it was all right. It was a bit complicated. Not complicated, but it was complicated. I would have thought for the characters to have concocted the plan and to make sure it was going to work. That's what I mean by complicated. It was easy for us to follow along, but I'm amazed they came up with that plan. I don't know if insurance companies would do a deal like that. I really don't know. I know on paper, yeah, it meant they were paying out less than they would have to pay out. So monetary wise, they were paying 2 million less. But I don't know, because I mean they were completely off the contract side of things. They weren't in. They didn't have to give that money, so they were just the insurance company was just giving the money away. So I don't know how that would look on the books and everything. I don't know, the whole legal minefield there. I really don't know. But then to make it even worse, when she Morgan, I can't remember her other names, knew it wasn't the real horse, that's when the insurance companies any liability they did have, let alone the limb they went out on, ended. So she, knowing that, was then still going to give the money. I mean, she would lose her job if she had given the money away, or have had to have paid the money back herself, which on the commission she's on and from what she was saying, she might have that kind of money to do that. But yeah, legally a whole load of issues there. I mean, they made a real botch of the whole thing, though, didn't they? They shouldn't have killed. I know the plan probably wasn't to kill anyone, but they should have been more careful not to kill anyone. And then to say they don't want the police, well, someone's died, or someone's at least shot and then died. Of course, the police are going to be involved. I'm still don't understand how she didn't recognise her own horse. You surely would. Don't know. That seems a bit suspect. I know, granted, it wasn't Blu-ray quality, the picture, so maybe it was just fuzzy enough on the video camera that it was close enough. I don't know. And I suppose if you already think it's your horse, you're more likely to perhaps go with it actually being your horse. You're not going to think it's someone else's horse or a different horse. That's possible. Yeah, it was an alright episode. A lot of jumps in this one actually, little jumps, like in the steeplechase at the end. I bet they did quite a lot of damage to the bike during this episode, or bikes plural, because obviously they have multiple bikes, which they swap in and out for all the scenes. Yeah, let me know what you thought about this one in the comments below. This is episode 11. I only got 2 to go until the end, so not long now. But yeah, let me know what you thought. Let me know any comments you've got about anything that was mentioned. And see you for the next one. Be seeing you.